Hey, this is Mega Soundwave X, and today we're looking at the NES version of Godzilla from NECA. And this guy came out a few years ago, and I was lucky enough to get my hands on him. So it was really hard to find, looked everywhere, couldn't find him. And then one day, walking through GameStop, ran into him. So I was just like, yep, gotta pick him up. I have to get him. If not, I'm gonna get another chance at it. But, anyways, this is the box that it came in, just like the old NES cartridge, how it looked in the past. This is the side of it Godzilla, NECA. This is the back of the box, basically explaining the little story and whatnot. Godzilla, Monster of Monsters. The great movie Monster is an action figure. Ooh, love that. There's Godzilla logo again. NECA, not much for the sides. Top, same thing. And that's for the box. But, hang on. Before we stop there, this is the inside of the box. You can really get a good look at it. My light can catch it. You can actually see the NES background from the original game, one of the stages. I think it's one of the first ones, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, and before I forget, I love how they added this. They added Godzilla, his power, his life, score, whatever you had, and the level. So yes, I guess I was right. It was the first one. And pardon the dust. This guy's been sitting there for a while, so that shows how long it took me to do this. So we're gonna go right here. More dust. This is the stage from the game itself. So you got Goji right there, working his way over. Sometimes some of the monsters will come up and meet you halfway, then that's when you battle. Some of these are the stages. It's not you, well, technically you, because you're playing as Godzilla. So you're playing as Godzilla and also Mothra, which they didn't add. Makes sense because this is Godzilla, not a Mothra review. So close that, and that's for the box right there. And now for the main guy himself, Godzilla. So right off the back, you can tell that he's definitely a repaint of the old 54 NECA one that they have, which I will show in a minute. And I just want to zoom into his face. Mouth can open, close. I love the red in his eyes. This guy is seriously pissed off. Just love the way everything looks on him. His ears is my only thing, because every older movie that I watched that he had his ears all scrunched up. You can see it. It's freaking hilarious. The top of the head, where they made his little crest thing. It's just same thing as the other mold for the 54. I'll show you guys in a minute. But the big difference, and let's zoom out here real quick, is the dorsal fin on this guy. I love how they did the NES coloring on it. You try to do the 8-bit stuff on him, and I think they did a pretty good job. Like I said, he's a repaint, but you wouldn't want a repaint of a Godzilla. I mean, they do a lot of other type of repaints, but I just like that they went with the NES one. Like I said, this guy's been out for a while, so nothing new, nothing crazy. I just love how they made him into an NES-ish, if that makes any sense. That's even a word, actually. Let's take a look at his tail. My camera decides to... There we go. That's the tail right there. It's on ball joints all from here up till the end, and then this is just like a wire. You just bend it whatever way you want it to. I mean, it's your figure, you do what you want with it. Hands, joints and everything. Just showing what he can do. You can pivot. You can't really pivot. It's kind of like there, but it's still good. Moving this right here is a pain, and I'm not going to force it, because if I do, I'm going to end up, this whole part might snap off. One of my other older figures that I had did that. My Burning Godzilla, I had to get a new one because of it. Wouldn't go back on, so I got to be very careful with the legs on this guy. I think he looks fantastic. Like I said, I don't know if I mentioned that earlier, but I'm a big Godzilla fan. Always loved the movies as a child, and once NECA started releasing these guys, I knew I had to get them. I think he looks great. This is him on his side. We already saw the front, side, not much of a difference. Just some of the colors might be a little, look different, but I think they look the same to me. So this is the one I was talking about. This is the 54 one that I have. It's the same mold, just different colors. The only difference, what I mentioned before, the dorsal fin. That's the only difference. And I think, and I get it, this is the very first Godzilla, so you're introducing him and stuff like that. But one thing I was never crazy about is how this one's dorsal fins. They're kind of tiny. I get it. It's first debut in movie, so they were working with what they had. So, but I prefer the bigger dorsal fins. But that's just my preference. My favorite one out of all of them is definitely the 2000 Godzilla, the one with the spines that come out to here, or however far they go. But they're purple and they go all the way down. The beautiful color, and I love purple. So that's one of the main reasons I love that other one. But I'm not going to do a review on this guy, because I'm basically doing it now with this guy. So not much else to say. Just I feel like he's just an awesome looking figure. If you're a Godzilla fan, you should definitely pick him up if you can find him. And it's not a long review, it's just a short review, just showing off this Godzilla right here. I will be doing the other Godzillas except the 54 one, which I did just now. I'm doing it right now. It's just, like I said, this one's the same mold as this guy right here. So I don't feel like, but I don't think it's worth making another video when I already just did one for this guy when it's really this guy right here. So, like I said, I truly enjoy these guys very much, and hopefully they come out with more. I know that I think NECA is done with this type, like the original movies, and I think they're focusing on with Godzilla versus Kong and stuff like that. So those I'm definitely going to pick up, and definitely look forward for that type of review once I get my hands on those little guys. So yeah, this is the NECA NES Godzilla. The box back in here so you guys can enjoy that. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this little mini review, and definitely check out the last one I did, and hopefully you guys could come back. We can sit down, chill, talk a little bit longer. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed. This is Mega Soundwave X, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.